Shalom, Israel. Shabbat Shalom. My name is Yakanan Maccabeus.
And this is Mikael.
And today's Shabbat lesson is 5 reasons why the Khazars are not the true Israelites. And we're going to go through this lesson today, and we're going to show you the so-called Israelis and show you why they are not the Israelites. As always, we're going to start with the famous verse, John chapter 8, verse 32. Oh, hold on. We like to give all praise, glory, and honor unto the Most High Yahweh in the name of His Son, Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
The first book we're going to go to is John chapter 8, verse 32. The book of John, chapter 8, verse 32, and it reads, "And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." And we're going to go through this book, and we're going to show you the truth of this whole matter. And we're going to show you conclusively that the so-called Jews are not the true Israelites. From there, we're going to go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter...
Isaiah.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 9 and 10.
Okay, I got it. Isaiah chapter 28, start verse 10. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little.
So we're going to go line upon line, here a little and there a little. And we're going to show you conclusively that the so-called Jews are not the Israelites. The first topic that we're going to discuss that shows that the Israelites are not the real Israelites is New Year's. Now we all know that the so-called Jews, they just celebrated their false New Year this month with a false holiday called Rosh Hashanah. And if you know anything about the Exodus, you know it's supposed to commemorate the true New Year. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the book of Exodus, and we're going to start in chapter 12, and we're going to start at verse 1. The book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 1, and it reads, "This month shall be unto you the beginning of months."
The what?
The beginning of months.
Okay.
"It shall be the first month of the year to you."
The what?
The first month of the year to you.
So this is talking about around Passover time when the Most High brought the Israelites out of Egypt. We know that Passover is around spring, around March and April, not in the fall. So it says that this month shall be unto you the beginning of the month, the first of the year, which is around the springtime and not the fall, which the Jewish people, the fake Jews, celebrate.
From there,
and we're going to bring out another precept to expound on.
the book of Exodus, chapter 13, verse 4. "This day came ye out in the month of Abib."
And Abib means green, when the barley starts to rise up. And that's in the springtime when the crops start to germinate and grow. Abib.
That's right. And it's not in the dead of winter. It's not in the middle of the fall. It's in the spring. It would be between March and April, so to speak. Not during so-called Rosh Hashanah. That's a flat-out lie. That's Khazarian New Year. From there, we're going to go to the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25. The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25.
All right, I got it. Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and the times and the dividing of times. So how could the Most High's people that are called the Lord's chosen people change the day of New Year's according to the Bible? We change the times and the laws because it's in the Torah that New Year's is supposed to start in the spring, around the time of when the Israelites Exodus or left Egypt. So these aren't the Most High chosen people changing the times and the seasons that the Most High commanded, and the laws He changed in Torah, saying Rosh Hashanah, which New Year's is in the fall instead of the spring.
Okay. The next topic that we're going to bring out is we're going to show you that these fake Jews, they don't fit the depiction of the 12 tribes of Israel, nor do they fit the description of what a Jew is. So from there, we're going to go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 22. The book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 22. And it reads, "Therefore thus saith the Lord, who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob. Jacob shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face now wax pale."
His face shall not what?
Shall not wax pale.
Let's hear that one more time. Neither shall his face
wax pale. And you know, the Jews over there, they can't be the Jews because it says that their face will not wax pale. Even the president of Egypt, when they came back to Egypt in 1949, he said that they would never accept the Khazars as the Jews. He would never accept them as the Jews because they had left black and they had returned to the land white. It's historical fact. It's even in Time magazine. And if we had it here, we show it to you, but I'm pretty sure you could Google it. I can't remember what his name is exactly. But he had distinctively said that they weren't the Jews due to this fact. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2, and we're going to show you.
Yeah, how could the Most High do that to His chosen people and not allow them to have any melanin, but they get burned in the sun?
Yeah, and they are people who suffer from the most amount of skin cancer in the world too, and you can look that up because they don't have the melanin that was needed to survive in that land. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. And it reads, "Judah mourneth."
Who?
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. That means their leadership will be lacking. And if you look in the black communities right now, the leadership is lacking. They are black unto the ground.
They are what?
They are black unto the ground.
They are white?
They are black unto the ground.
They're red?
They are black unto the ground.
Okay.
That means they will be in variations of different hues of brown. They will be the darkest of the browns. That's who the Jews will look like. That's who the Christ will look like. It says it is evident that Christ sprang, our Lord, Christ sprang out of Judah. So that gets rid of the false doctrine that the false white Christ, Caesar Borgia, is in fact the true Christ. Because he sprang out of Judah, and we just read that they are black unto the ground. The cry of Jerusalem have gone up.
So the Jewish people don't fit the descriptive physical characteristics of the Bible?
Not at all. But let alone that, we're going to give you the depiction of what Solomon looked like. And we're going to see further that that's a lie.
All right, Song of Solomon, chapter 1, starting at verse 1. The Song of Songs, which is Solomon.
Which is whose?
Solomon.
Which is whose?
Solomon.
It belongs to who?
Solomon.
Okay.
King Solomon, King David's son. We're going to skip to verse 5 now. I am black, but comely.
I am what?
I am black, but comely. O ye daughters of Jerusalem, and the tents of Kedar as the curtains of Solomon.
As the tents of who?
As the tents of Kedar.
The tents of who?
The tents of Kedar.
Now the word Kedar, it means dark complexion. If you look it up in the Hebrew, Kedar means dark complected. So the Jews that's over there in the land, they are not dark complected at all. So that disqualifies them from being the Jews. Simple and plain right there. Let alone that, if they're the Jews, where are the other 12 tribes at? That they just claiming to be Judah. Where are the other 12 tribes at? It makes no sense. From there to show you more that they are portraying a falsehood and a farce, we're gonna go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2.
Oh, we just did it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's go to Revelation 2:9, that where Yahushua exposed the fake Jews. I got it. Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. The writings are read. This is Yahushua's words, or who the real name calls him, Jesus Christ. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
Hold on. It said that the true Jews, they was going to be in a poverty state. These Jews, they running the world. They running Hollywood. The Rothschilds run the banks. The Rockefellers, they run the banks. They some of the richest people on the earth. Shoot, Jerry Springer, he's one of the richest people. He got his own TV show. Maury Povich got his own TV show.
TV networks.
You know, that's not the true Jews. They're going to be in a state of poverty. Read.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
Say they are what?
Which say they are Jews, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
They are what?
But are the synagogue of Satan.
And that's just who they are, because they perpetrating a farce, pretending to be who we are.
Right, so the real Jews are in poverty, but are rich, not in a monetary value, but spiritually valued. We might have nothing, but we're happy and content. We don't, we're spiritual people, so we don't need money to make us happy, because we got the Most High.
That's right.
And the word of the Most High, which makes us rich.
From there, we're going to discuss the topic of 1948. Them being placed in the land of Israel pretty much by the United States of America and the European Union. We're going to address this issue by first going to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 13. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 13. And it reads, and I will bring them out from the people.
Who will?
I will bring them out from the people.
So the Most High will, not America and Great Britain.
I will bring them out from the people and gather them from the countries and will bring them to their own land.
From a country?
From their own land.
So it says from the country, so it's multiple countries, not just one land. 1948, they just
brought them from Germany.
Right, this is multiple places, countries.
And I will bring them out from the people and gather them from the countries and will bring them to their own land and feed them upon the mountains of Israel, by the rivers and in all the inhabited places of the country. So the Most High is going to bring them out of the land. Not the United States of America, not the European Union, but the Most High is going to bring us out of the countries.
That's right.
And place them back in the land. From there, we're going to go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 1 through 8.
So we're going to see if 1948 lines up with Deuteronomy 30 of the so-called Jews returning to their land.
Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 1 through 8. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee, and shalt return unto the Lord thy God, and shalt obey his voice according to all that I commanded thee this day.
Salaki, so did the Jewish people return to the Most High in their so-called land of captivity, or did they cry out to the United States?
Thou and thy children with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee.
From one nation?
From all the nations whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee.
Okay.
If any of thine be driven out unto the outmost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy God gather thee.
So, Salaki, so if you're in an island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, or if you're outer space, the Most High is going to gather you. If you're on the North Pole, Antarctica, the outermost parts of the earth, the Most High is going to gather you when that gathering comes to return the true people back to Israel.
From thence will the Lord thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. And the Lord thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. And the Lord thy God will circumcise thine heart and the heart of thy seed to love the Lord thy God with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live.
Salakia, so upon a condition of coming on the land, the Most High is going to establish the new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah, so that they will be perfect in walking in the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. So there ain't going to be no gay pride parades in the land of Israel when the true people come back.
Yeah, none of that foolishness.
No wickedness in the land.
And they ain't gonna try to convince the people that have returned to the land to join the army. They're not gonna do stuff like that. Verse 7, and the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee.
Wait. What the Most High going to do after they come back to the land?
And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
Has that happened yet? Has Iran been cursed yet, or Syria, or the nations that hate Israel?
Have these Edomites been cursed for all the lynchings and stuff that they done did to us?
Because according to the Bible, Esau was Jacob's biggest enemy.
Have these Arabs been punished for the sub-Saharan slave trade? Has that happened yet? Have they been punished for exporting us to all the countries around the world as slaves? Has that happened yet? It says it's going to recompense all these things to them. Verse 8, and thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Lord, and do all his commandments, which and thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Lord, and do all his commandments.
Use a 9-branch menorah for Hanukkah.
And thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Lord, and do all his commandments.
Have the priest circumcise your son with his mouth.
And thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Lord, and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
Thus says Yahweh.
All praise to the Most High. From there, we're going to go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, and verse 10. The book of Isaiah, chapter 60, and verse 10.
So this is what's going to happen when the Most High's chosen people come back to Israel.
And the sons of the strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee.
So the strangers and the great men of the nation should be in the land building it up physically.
Verse 11, therefore thy gates shall be open continually.
So the gates are going to be open continually.
They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
Wait, so what's going to happen to the nation or kingdom that doesn't bow down to Israel?
For the nation and the kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Ye, those nations, shall be utterly wasted.
So has any nations been made example yet? No, all the nations out there still thriving because the Most High's chosen people haven't been brought back to the land yet. And verse 18.
Verse 18. Violence shall no more be heard in thy land.
Wait, read that again.
Violence shall no more be heard in thy land.
So no terrorism, no blowing up buses or buildings. Ain't that going on in the so-called Holy Land now?
Violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders. But thou shalt call thy walls salvation and thy gates praise.
But right now it's hell in Israel. It's a desert out there. And there's a bunch of Khazar Edomites ruling there, not the Most High's chosen people.
That's right.
1948 is a joke. And also we want to go to Genesis 15:18 also. Another cut showing that 1948 is a farce.
The book of Genesis, chapter 15:18. The book of Genesis, chapter 15:18. In the same day, the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, unto thy seed have I given this land from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates.
So that's what Israel should be from. Stretches from Egypt, northeast Africa, all the way to modern day Iraq. Not that little strip that they call Israel. That little strip with barely, it's not even big enough to hold the tribe of V.I.P.N because they're so fruitful of a people.
Right.
So that's Israel when the Most High brings the people back from all the way from northeast Africa to modern day Iraq.
In the same day, the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, unto thy seed have I given this land from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates.
So we just destroyed 1948. We could bring out many more precepts, but that's more than enough to deal on.
Oh yeah. From there, we're going to go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 18. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 18. Shalom to the brother Ham Yah. We just seen y'all go in.
Put in that word, keep it up.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 18. In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north.
Whoa. So the house of Judah and Israel should come together out of the land of the north, so they should come together, not just one or two people claim to be Judah.
In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north, to the land that I have, to the land that I have given for an inheritance unto thy fathers.
So do you see anybody in Israel claiming to be from the tribe of Asher or Naphtali or Ephraim or Manasseh? Where's the rest of the tribes at? Then you guys are the true Jews.
Exactly. Why the rest of the 12 tribes, the rest of the 10 tribes, Salakia, are in the land of Egypt? I mean the land of Israel, Salakia.
Right, when you see one of those fake Jewish people there, ask them what tribe are they from? And how can they prove it with the scriptures?
The next topic that we're going to discuss, the show that the Ashkenazis or Khazars or whatever you want to call them are not the true Jews, is we're going to prove that they're not the salt of the earth.
We're going to do the curse, then fit the curse.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. From there, we're going to go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
So the real Israelites, according to Deuteronomy 28:48, have to go to their enemies for everything. They don't got their own businesses, so
nope.
You gotta go to the grocery store just to buy toilet paper to wipe their butt. If you want a job, you gotta go to them. If you want permission to fish, you gotta go to your enemies. So the true Jews, according to the Bible, are in bondage, in captivity still.
And they're not serving anybody anything. They're pretty much at the top of the food chain. They controlling Hollywood. They controlling these big supermarkets, Shaw's, Walmart. You can just think about it. Any of those big chains.
They own all the sports teams.
Yep, they own sports teams. That's them.
And them devils won't give Colin Kaepernick a job.
When did they ever have the yoke of iron on their neck? That's what I want to know. I couldn't see not one of them in no cotton field.
Not even in Germany.
I couldn't see not one of them cutting no sugar cane. When would that happen? I don't think they will last out there, to tell you the truth.
If anybody sends a picture, send it to the Rise of the Chosen. We'd love to see.
Yep. You can send it to my email. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Come on.
That happened to us. That ain't happened to them. We destroyed. We destroyed for lack of knowledge. We want to look like other nations. We only want to have pride in ourselves. That's us.
Verse 46.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
For a couple years?
Forever.
For 7 years?
Forever.
And when does forever end? It's still going on today. The Hebrew word forever is olam olam, so that means eternity.
That's right. And they own us for a sign and a wonder, not them. And it proves that they lied. They never suffered nowhere near the atrocities of what we gone through. We the ones who suffered the true Holocaust, the West African Holocaust, the Sub-Saharan Holocaust, the Holocaust of the Native American Indians, the Holocaust on Hispaniola. We suffered the Holocaust. Billions. Not a little 6 million, but over billions. We was the ones who was dumped in the middle of the ocean. That happened to us.
That's right.
The Indians was pushed in a shallow grave at Wounded Knee. They the ones that got shot up, over 700 of them. Pico Indians during the Thanksgiving massacres. The Sioux Indians during the Thanksgiving massacre.
That's right.
That happened to us.
Or they steal our babies at night and feed them to alligators, the damn devils.
That happened to us. We the ones who was worked to death down in Brazil. That happened to us. Where do they fit these curses at? Please somebody help me.
Can I get a witness?
Right? From there, we're gonna go to the book of Deuteronomy, same chapter, verse 46. Verse 68, Salakia. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen,
For slave men,
for bondmen,
slave men,
and bondwomen,
slave women.
bondwomen. And no man shall buy you. That means no one shall redeem you. In 1948, the United States and the European Unions, they tried to redeem these Khazars. They tried to avenge them upon Hitler. And it said no one will redeem them. It said they will be brought into Egypt. Egypt meaning a place where bondage took place.
That's right.
We was brought back into bondage by shit. If it was talking about Egypt, that's right there in Northeast Africa, and they walked in there the first time, why didn't they just walk back down into Egypt? That happened to us. We was taken back into Egypt, back in the bondage by shit.
Transatlantic slave trade.
Look at the dollar bill. It's Egypt. It represents Egypt. Look at the Washington Monument. It represents Egypt. Look at the slavery that has happened to us and all the atrocities. It represents Egypt.
Look at the obelisk on your church, and that's Egypt.
Look at the homosexuality that was going on, like it's going on in Egypt. This is Egypt. The curse fit you. From there, we're going to go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 22. The book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 22. The book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses.
They are what?
They are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth for a spoil, and none saith, restore.
Wait, so none said what?
Restore.
So the real Jews are being imprisoned, oppressed, and no one's calling for the reparations.
That's right. No one cares that we're in jail. We're actually feeding the new age slave labor, the prison industrial complex, making people like Bob Barker rich. That's what we doing. We making license plates, things like that. We farming in southern states as prisoners on chain gangs, cleaning up the roads, get paid a nickel an hour. That's us.
That's why I can't find no jobs, black man, because the job, you gotta go to prison and get a job now.
We're the people who being snared in holes set up to sell drugs in poverty conditions. That's us. It don't fit nobody else but us. No. Where's this happening to the Jews, to the so-called Israelis at? To the so-called Khazars in these countries?
That's why I can't find no jobs, black man, because the job can't go to prison and get a job. Now, didn't the fake Jews get their reparations when they got out of Germany?
They sure did.
After the so-called Holocaust, they got their reparations. But where's our reparations for 400 or 500 years of hard labor in America?
And they definitely not trying to restore us. We built this country. They put that on the backs of our ancestors. But yet they got nerve to tell you go back to Africa and stuff like that, things of that nature. They wouldn't even be able to survive. This country wouldn't even survive without us.
Come.
From there, we're gonna go to the fifth and final reason why the Khazars, the Israelis, are not the Israelites. And we're gonna go to the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 13.
Oh, I can read it. Matthew chapter 5, verse 13.
Bring it out.
Ye are the salt of the earth.
We are the what?
Ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost its Savior, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men.
So you can see, plain and simple, that we are the salt of the earth. We are the people who are the most athletic. We are the most gifted. Our women are the most gifted singers. Our women are the most beautiful women on the planet. We're the soul. We've invented almost everything you can think of in this country. We invented the automobile, but the Fords got the technology from one of these slaves and mass produced it. We did that. We invented the refrigerator, the stoplight. We invented peanut butter. We invented that. We invented the air conditioner. We invented the technology that created the cell phone. We did that. That's us. We are the salt of the earth. We invented the fashion that the whole world follows behind. We the reason why the whole world wear their hat to the back. Us. We that reason. We the salt. We the reason everybody want to be a rapper.
That's right.
We invented the dances that everybody do. We invented rock and roll, and they stole it.
Country music.
We invented country music. And now they try to take hip hop from us. We the salt. They try to take our seasoning. Y'all need to wake up, Israel.
If Jake left America, you would not know NBA. You would not know NFL.
Yo, when he had an NHL, because in Nova Scotia, the escaped slaves, they invented hockey. That was us too. They stole that from us. But they don't want you to know that.
You would not know Olympic team either.
Not at all.
Especially not know track and field.
Yup, Gabby Douglas is at the top of the gymnastics. Dominique Dawes. Carl Lewis, he was one of the fastest runners. What's the man that they said that Hitler dissed him and they lied in the movie? I can't even remember what his name is.
Hey, help us out on the comment board if you know what he's talking about.
They made a movie, it's called Race. Anyway, y'all know.
Jesse Owens.
Yeah, Jesse Owens. They try to say that Hitler treated him bad and Hitler was more receptive to him than when he come home and the president didn't even come see him. Jesse Owens, that's his name.
Yeah, Hein y'all says we invented everything.
You're damn right we did. And they liars. Damn devils, which mean deceivers. And they deceiving them all. These damn devils, we had technology from George Washington Carver to run cars off of peanut oil. More clean, efficient oil. But since they want to take over the world, they decided they're going to take everybody's oil. That's how you know they Esau. Because they try to live off the fatness of the earth.
Let me pull out on Psalms 137:3.
The book of Psalms, chapter 137:3. The book of Psalms, chapter 137 and 3. For they that carried us away captive required of us a song.
So do you see people asking the Jewish people to sing?
For they that carried us away captive required of us a song.
Yeah, because we're the best singers and musicians on the earth. We got the best voices. What race do you know has someone that can sing like Whitney Houston or Aretha Franklin? We're all the greats of our people.
And they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion. And they require of us to stand up and salute a flag and for their national anthem. They try to require that of us. They want us to salute that flag. And they upset because our athletes is taking a knee. Because they being mistreated by the so-called law enforcement of this country. That's why we need to stand up and not watch NFL and stuff like that. Stand up for Colin Kaepernick. He took a knee for y'all. He took a knee to raise awareness about what law enforcement and the deaths to over 750 blacks and Hispanics in this country. For what they done did to try to run a Keystone Pipeline XL. Spraying Mason sicking dogs on the Native Americans out west. Just like they did in the 1950s during the so-called Civil Rights Movement. Just like they did for the Dakota Pipeline XL. Same thing. Same shit. Not even a different toilet. And the toilet ain't flushing too well. And sometimes the toilet got rougher. Toilet paper.
And I want to bring out this up. Hein Yah says, we are not to be entertainment for these nations.
Not at all.
It seems like that's the only aspiration a lot of our young brothers want to be either a basketball player or a rapper, to be entertainers for these other nations.
From there, we're going to go to the book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 23. You gave me a verse to lit fire under me. I'm trying to calm down. The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 23. The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
Wait, they're going to be the same nation?
2 nations are in thy womb.
Okay.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Because that's another witness that 2 nations, 2 manner of people separated in their bowels, because people be tripping saying that Esau can't be the white man because Jacob and Esau are brothers, but the Bible clearly says that 2 different nations shall be in thy womb.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And it's coming to you, just like Revelation 13 and 9 and 10 say, it's coming to you, you're going to serve us. Isaiah 14 saying that he that leadeth into captivity must go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Yes, that explains why is Jake so more athletic than the other nations, because says one nation shall be stronger than the other one. That's why we're the fastest in races. We can jump higher than the Edomites. We're stronger. We're mentally and physically stronger than the Edomites, so-called white man.
That's right. We got more swagger. We got more appearance. They'll try to do everything to us. Every type of poison you think of, they try to do it. Come up with different bioengineered diseases and try to do everything for us. But our bodies are stronger than whatever they coming up with, because ain't no weapon that's formed against us gonna prosper.
That's right. Oh man, you're making us work today.
That's one of my favorite books too. We're gonna go to the book of Judith, chapter 5, verse 17 and 9.
Yeah, I feel like we have Uriel and Chaim Yal riding shotgun with us during this lesson.
All praises. Shout outs to the ox for helping us sharpening the sword.
God. I can bring it out. Judith chapter 5, starting verse 17. And whilst they sinned not before their God, they prospered, because the God that hateth iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by their enemies. And now are they returned to their God, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, where it was desolate. So that's why we keep on saying over and over, you got to come back to the law, statute, commandments of the Most High, because that is our strength and power in keeping these law, statute, commandments.
That's right.
It will solve and fix a lot of problems in our communities. Mess up relationships, kids growing up in single-parent houses.
It'd be less killing, less murders. We wouldn't sell each other drugs. We wouldn't mess with each other's wife. We wouldn't do things of this nature. We wouldn't be jealous of each other.
Con. Black and black violence, when we're supposed to love our neighbors, we wouldn't be selling poison to our brothers. So that's why we cannot teach that enough. Like it says in the Bible, the law, statutes, commandments is our wisdom that we must use amongst the nations. Going to Jeremiah 51 now.
Yes, sir. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51:20. The book of Jeremiah.
Let's start at 19, I think it is.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 19-20. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 19, 20. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things.
Jacob is the what?
The former of all things.
Con, that's what we was talking about, how America will be nothing without us because we made all the inventions. We're the formers of all things. The Most High gave us, created us to be a great people, created where we can make gold out of dirt.
And Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name.
Yahweh is his name. Yahweh, remember that.
Verse 20. Thou art my battle axe.
Thou art my what?
Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
Con.
Straight like that. And I couldn't see these KZRs doing that.
It hasn't happened yet.
Nope, but they've been trying. Amalek, you've been trying. We know you've been trying. Some of y'all, we posted on YouTube, y'all be hating in the comments. We see it. But we gonna keep on pushing for the Most High.
Also, or Salakia. So if Israel is the Most High's battle axe and weapons of war, then why did the KZRs have to keep on depending on America for to get money and weapons of mass destruction? We're supposed to, when the Most High has everything we need. So that's another cut right there, that the Jews aren't the chosen, the Jewish people aren't the chosen people of the Most High.
They don't even believe in these scriptures. They practicing Kabbalah. That's witchcraft. That's what they doing. Most of them don't even believe in Christ.
Come.
Then we got some of our own brothers, they follow behind them practicing Judaism, non-Messianic. That's foolishness.
Yes. And they're going to get destroyed with their KZR buddies too for following that.
That's right. From there, we're going to go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and 6. This is a verse that you should say to your children every day before you let them go out that door to school. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above some people?
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
And that still stands today.
That's right. And they can't take it from you even though they want to through their deception, and they lying, they want to. But they know the Most High is here and ain't gonna show us favor. But it's all up to you to wake up and go back and keep these laws.
Come.
Excuse me. What you get bring up?
Revelation 1:6.
Bring it up.
And have made us kings and priests unto God and his Father. To him be glory and dominion forever and ever. Amen. So we're so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and confusion faces across the four corners of the earth. We're supposed to be kings and priests to the Most High God.
That's right.
Bringing out these laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right. And the cases of the day bringing ain't nothing. They ain't in the streets with wisdom crying without nowhere. They ain't out in the highways and in the hedges compelling their people to come in nowhere. Nowhere. They in a synagogue. And they just that. The synagogue of Satan.
That's right.
Let's go to Revelation 3:9.
Rub it in a little bit more.
Go ahead, bring it up.
Revelation 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan.
Of who?
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and are not.
That's right.
But do lie.
They do what?
But do lie.
That's right.
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet.
What they gonna do?
I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
That's right.
So that's a future prophecy. We're going to come down and bow down before you.
That's right.
And know that you're the chosen people of the Most High. Oh man, I gotta bring out Zechariah 8:20.
Bring it up.
8:23 also.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 8, verse 23.
I haven't seen this happen since the fake Jews been brought back to Israel. Maybe you guys have, I haven't seen this yet. This is Zechariah chapter 8, verse 23. Thus says the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that God is with you. So I haven't seen that happen yet.
You know, I've seen a couple presidents go over there and kiss some wailing wall and do some sexual thrust towards it. That's about it. Doing some type pelvic motion. That's about it.
Oh man, might have to post that video.
But yeah, we done gave you all the reason and showed you, look, you above all are God's chosen people, and they are not, but they are the synagogue of Satan. We done showed you every aspect of the deception and lies. And if you don't get it out of this, hey, we don't know what to tell you. But we're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep giving it to you, whether you like it or not. And we hope some of y'all sheep hear the voice. We want to give a shout out to all of y'all brothers that been watching today. In Israel, we love y'all. We do. And it's time to wake up out of your slumber. We want to give a shout out to all the brothers. Judah in Israel, shout out Jill, Khaled, Hamya. Much love. Brother Uriel and Rise the Chosen South. Much love. Yazor Adderall. Much love. And what we're gonna do is say Shabbat Shalom. We hope this was edifying. And you can check out the videos. Rise the Chosen, Truth Beyond the Service Temple. Judah Knights of Israel. We here to edify. Again, check out the page. Mikael 7 on YouTube. And it's plenty of videos from all of us on there. And we're gonna hold up this banner in Israel. That's what we're gonna do.
That's right.
We ain't worried about the camp. We worried about this banner in Israel. And if you see us, you ain't got to join us. We gonna be willing to teach you. Yeah, I mean, if we don't know, we're gonna find out together because we love our people. It ain't about this t-shirt. This t-shirt ain't nothing. It's about unifying under this one banner, and that banner is Israel.
Building Israel back.
That's right.
What it's all about.
Going back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And with that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Kwum Yashrala. Kwum Yashrala. Kwum Yashrala.
That's right.
See you again.